Hi, hello everyone. Hope you're all well and safe in the midst of this pandemic, and also it is, we have to see and say, a very fascinating time in the history of our planet, the history of our process, that things as we have slowed down because of the pandemic. Things are being carefully thought, carefully considered, and therefore all this unveiling is happening, unveiling so many things, so many situations, so many beliefs, so many ways we have lived our lives, and that we are able to see them right now and consider how upward is that we have adapted to live in such a way. As we are entering into the new age, we are in different areas, we are watching what's happening. And right now I'm writing an article for my radio show in Spanish about the patriarchy and the monotheistic religions, and how we have lived for 2,000 years, approximately, more or less. We have lived on one side of the scale, patriarchy and all the conditioning that this has brought us, men and women, all of us, to our lives. And in order for patriarchy to kick in, obviously they have to step over, we can call it matriarchy, or the feminine side of the power, or the male side of the power, masculine power or feminine power. We have lived on patriarchy for 2,000 years. And right now, as we see all this process of coming to a new age, the new energy that's revealing itself so strongly and helping us see things in a clearer way. We are coming into an age of equilibrium, of balance, where male and female energies, masculine and feminine energies, have to come into a balance. You see how history has been for females over these 2,000 years, that just now, recently in 2000 and so for the coming up to now, there have been more and more signs of coming into equality for both energies. And I'm going to talk about energies because it's not a power struggle of sexual identities, but of energies. And right now, as we are entering the new age, we are coming to an age of more equality in every sense. Now, think of what living in equal force of the female and the male would bring to the world. Obviously, we have lived on one side of the scale, and we have seen all the wars and all the amazing history of male energy dominance for this age, this Piscean age. And obviously it's time now to realize that the beliefs and the creation of the reality that we have lived in is a major consequence of living in one side of the scale. So now, as we find this balance, as we find this equality of manifestation of both energies, what do you think the reality will start looking like when everything is in equilibrium? If we think in fractal terms, this is going to be amazing, because the energy of bringing these two to the same power, the same place of power and manifestation, this is how we're going to start living life in every manifested possibility. So the differences between like rich countries and poor countries, rich people and poor people, people in power and people no power, that is going to come to this place. Maybe in our lifetimes we won't see, obviously, this level of manifestation. But we are in the transition. We are the seeds that will flourish. You know, we are holding the seeds of this transformation. That's why awakening is so important and so powerful right now. Because as we awake to bring in the new energy of equilibrium, of balance, even if we don't know how to bring that balance right now, just by considering and putting it out there, that possibility of bringing the masculine and feminine energies to a balance, this will be part of the collective unconscious, and eventually there will be those who come and bring that energy and be able to manifest creatively with something that obviously changes all this way of living right now that has been of the scale, totally out of balance. We've lived like that in the scale, you know, it's like completely. It's the time. It is. We are living a fascinating time of change in every way. So we can be very grateful for living in this moment in time, in spite of all the difficult and sad situations that we are living as humans, with the deaths of people we might know or everything. But historically, this is a very fascinating time when we can start bringing this balance back to the earth, back to humanity. We are part of the earth. We are not the ones ruling the earth. We are part of nature. And that's part of what bringing the feminine energy, which is earth, nature. Bringing the feminine energy to balance means bringing the value of nature back to balance. You can consider the balance of the masculine and feminine just by acknowledging what masculine energies behave like and what feminine energy behave like. Well, now that we will find, hopefully we are able to see some of it. But we are the seeds. Please consider that. We really have to consider this balance and bring and raise our vibrations by bringing the two into balance and equilibrium. There is no power struggles here. This is a blessed place where both energies are as equal, as important into the manifestation of the reality that we are going to co-create from this place of balance. Not this place of inequality and injustice, or this place of inequality and injustice as well. This is the time for both energies to come forward equally, strongly, to manifest and create a life from balance. So I just wanted to bring that out. It's been I've been really holding this article that I'm writing for the radio show for a while now, and I wanted to have the right moment to give it a shape, and it is the moment. And I'm sharing this ahead of time with you because in the Spanish community is a little bit different, especially if I'm going to talk about monotheistic religions and how patriarchal they are, and how it's okay. It's been part of the history. That's what we had to experience in order for us to understand in a deeper way the manifestations of the masculine power and the masculine energy. Well, okay, it's come to an end. And now it's not about going to the other side as we've done from patriarchy to matriarchy. No, it's time for equality. Both energies coming together as one. So it's going to be fascinating. And I invite you to just do all your research and see how this is coming to a balance. How your thoughts coming out of a conditioned world of patriarchy can shift into a new world of balance. We got to do that work in ourselves in order to bring this. Remember, we are the seeds. So I hope this brings something new, or another way of considering what you already knew, probably. But it is time we give it a little more strength to this part of the process of bringing both energies to the same point of balance. The point of equilibrium is always going to be changing, but we can manage things from one, like from this difference, not this. That's totally out of equilibrium, out of balance, but the balance is always going to be in movement, yeah, because sometimes we're going to need a little more of the masculine energy for the balance of certain things, and more of the feminine for balance of other things. But within this range, it's going to be wonderful. Not this anymore. We are out of it. So we will see how all the patriarchal systems and the monotheistic macho beliefs of the religion, you know, it's not going to be a god, it's going to be god, goddess. Or maybe you find a new word that embraces both as new as equal. It's going to be fascinating. We are really, really blessed to be here and now in this part of the transition of ages in history. So good luck in your process. I hope this has made any sense, and just pick up on the energy. It's coming. It's all over. It's giving us all these impulses to break free from the past. We gotta co-create something new now. Okay. Until the next one. Bye bye.